It don't count you down no more.
No, it don't.
Hello, welcome.
Welcome, good people. Welcome back to another live. Josh, it's so good to see you.
Listen here. I miss it when the live count me down so I can know when y'all coming. You know? I be on here saying random stuff.
It's all good.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Josh is up in here tonight. We are a few minutes early because we were just sitting here staring at the screen. I'm like, we'll go live, get some people a chance to get in here a little early, get their questions answered before the entire family come in here. Josh said he listening to some love music. He hope we're doing well, and he did his first live on Friday.
Yeah, we caught a piece of that.
I think I did.
I think it was after the fact because we fell asleep.
Right.
Woke up in the morning. So
Joshua say hello, guys. How you doing?
Hey, what's happening?
Box of Chocolate says hello. I finally catch y'all.
Nice.
I feel like you've been on live before, Box of Chocolate.
It's been a while.
SF396 says hello from Virginia Beach.
Hey, what's happening?
Joey Pardon said, hey family, how are my people today? I love y'all.
We're well.
We're doing good. Well rested.
Yep. Watched went to the movies earlier and
seen Moana 2.
Yep.
I didn't like it.
I liked it. My wife fell asleep, so
because it was boring.
Oh, it was.
Man, we went to the theater with those recliner seats. Man, I was like, man, I'm finna let this bad boy back. Got me a little something, cover myself up. I was out of there. I woke up at the end. That's a good time to wake up. But what's up, Joy? Thinker outside the box said, what's up, peeps? Happy Sunday. How are you?
What's happening, Thinker?
For sure. Rumpelstiltskin said, has anybody seen my stapler? No. But I'm always losing mine, though, for real. I think Curtis be coming in there taking my stuff for real. Or you.
I don't touch your stuff.
Habila says, hello, guys. How are you doing? How are y'all doing?
We're good.
See what I'm saying? Uh-oh. Jay says, hello from Chi-Town.
Chi-Town in the
Go
house.
ahead and tell me what y'all's weather like up there.
Probably cold.
We had a nice brisk 50, 60 degree day today.
Yeah, I enjoyed the weather today.
Learning with One says, hello, hi, old car doctor. Have been watching much of your channel. Question. Chrysler 300, 2016, with 144,000 miles. Still under the 10-year mark. Can the transmission fluid be changed without damage? Yes or no, and why?
I'm not a transmission expert. Let's just get that out the way first. You may be able to get away with a drain and fill. 144,000 miles. Doing it now without any previous history on it can be a little risky, in my opinion. Why? I don't know why. I gotta research that. I just know by firsthand experience and just by talking to a whole bunch of other people. When you start messing with transmission fluid without having a history on it,
just go out.
You just start giving issues.
I was just thinking today we should I'm in search of a transmission specialist. I would love for them to join us live on one or two of the lives.
We can get back. He's back. One of my favorite.
Oh, you think they would?
I don't know. Precision transmission.
Yes. So Alex watches. Well, I mean, we watch YouTube just like y'all do, obviously. And one of Alex's favorite channels is Precision Transmission.
Very good, humble guy.
Love that guy. Is it Richard and Teresa?
Yep.
Shout out to them. Check out the channel. I think they're back, just now getting back to filming and stuff. Like him, I got stuck watching him take transmissions apart one time. I'm like,
it's very nice and soothing.
For sure. But to answer your question, one, if you don't have any history with it, maybe a drain and fill or nothing.
It's hard to say. I don't want to tell them the wrong thing.
Right. Box of Chocolate says, falling asleep at the movies is called an expensive nap. You, man, you know what? I took all the kids.
Now these days, this day of time and movie tickets.
We took all the kids to the movies, and my daughter's boyfriend, and my nephew.
We had to use the SS Express.
And I'm like, they just getting snacks and stuff, and I'm like, Lord, this bill about to be high.
They took us out.
Luckily, it's my birthday month, and I had a few coupons that they sent me because I'm like, yo, y'all is Come on, man. My mom wouldn't even let me get no snacks when I was a kid. Aaron Murphy, thank you for the super
thank
chat.
you so much, man.
He
I really
says,
appreciate that.
Alex, what to charge to do the oil cooler assembly on the 2013 Chrysler 200? I see you're the master at them, trying to be fair to the customer.
I try to be the no, but first of all, I'm no master at anything. I still learn every day. Um, you want to definitely get the aluminum oil cooler. I've never had any problems online getting them offline. You just probably want to switch out the sensors because you'll probably have problems with the sensors that they come with. Probably switch to the original sensors. Take the ones off the plastic one and put it on the aluminum one. Even though the online versions come with uh, the sensors, but they're cheap. Charging wise, it's so hard to say without a computer in front of me.
Well, how long? How many hours is it?
$200 to $300 or something like that.
It depends on what your labor rate is.
Yeah, it does depend on your labor rate. If you have a labor matrix in front of you, it normally will be like maybe 3 hours. So if your labor rate is $100 an hour, that's $300.
Yeah.
I don't know the labor time per se, but I'll say give or take between 2.5 to 3, around in the 3 hour range.
Yeah, and you just multiply that time how much you want to get paid per hour, Aaron. But good on you for wanting to be fair to the customer.
Oh yeah, man, my head goes off.
You know what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna start asking y'all some questions too. I just want to know. I'm piggybacking off of what Aaron got to say about being fair to the customer. What does that mean exactly? What does being fair to the customer means? Because at the same time, a lot of customers got it in their head what they should pay for a service without being aware of how many hours or, how charging actually works. So if you care to chime in, you guys drop down in the chat box. Like, what is being fair to the customer? We want to know, because from this side of things, we just charge according to the time it takes. Your time is money, honey. And sometimes people want everything for nothing. Not saying that that's your customer, and I'm just saying. T. Rich says, hello from Mobile, Alabama.
Oh, hey, what's happening? We have a Mobile customer that came down and brought their Cadillac.
Him and his wife, lovely people, love them. All right. Rudolph Law 1 says, hello from Norfolk, Virginia.
Oh, Virginia in the house.
Learning with One says, thanks, Car Doctor, for your time and patience.
Oh, my pleasure, man.
Miles Muchroom says, do you work on diesels, Car Doc?
Yes. I prefer diesels. I love diesels. My whole car fleet could be diesels.
I love diesels. I like turtles.
My whole fleet can be diesels. It would be. We have a Jetta that's a diesel. My 7.3 is a diesel. I had a diesel Jetta.
Yeah. It's gone now. Joey Parton says, I love y'all.
Oh, thank you, Joey. I really appreciate the support, man.
Yeah, thanks we do. You show up every Sunday almost. And we especially thank you for the super chat. All right, let's see what Les talking about. Les Wild says, saw your last video. 2 notes. Keep the projects down, Alex, and don't let say it again. Say it again, Les. Keep the project down, Alex.
I'm gonna try.
And don't let customers take the kindness out of the shop. Blame the other parts cannon for paranoia in this business. Yes, for sure. And
and that's what somebody said. They were like, oh, don't be publicly telling people you're kind. I don't agree with that. We need more kindness in this world. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm kind, but I know when someone is trying to get over on me. Like I said in the video, I do read people. And if I just know. I'm very good at knowing people. That's one of my other gifts. I'm able to read people. I'm like, nah, that person is full of stuff. I could tell my wife, and she'd be like, how you know? I'm like, I just know. Just trust me. Mm-hmm. Months on down the road, I'm like, dang, you was right.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. He got that gift for sure.
I have to, though. The kindness in me, just.
You know what, Les, to that point, though, I really, really, this year, because we're going to make a video about the stuff we learned about being an auto repair business, I really learned the biggest thing is you can be kind. All that should be a given. Not just because you're a business owner. Just it costs nothing to be kind to people. It's going out of your way though. Is the issue that we have. It's also learning that you can be kind and still stand on business. You can be kind and still, hey, stick to the policies and procedures that you put in place for your business. Because I was listening to a podcast the other day about this, and I haven't told you about it yet. But it was like, customers sometimes get a dopamine hit off of getting things for free, right? When you come and say, well, hey, yeah, I throw that in for you, they get a dopamine hit off that. Then the next time, you know how dopamine works, you want it again and again and again. It's addicting. It's an addicting thing. And they did these studies to show, MRIs and show that happens when you give customers freebie. Not only does they get a dopamine hit, they want it again. It becomes an expectation. And you can't build your business off of stuff like that. So it's kind of, you could be kind and smile and provide excellent service, but keep it right there. Because at the end of the day, we're here to do a business. We're here to run a business. Take care of our children and raise our families. Same way they go to clock in to work and they want their paycheck. Same thing. But needless to say, if you watch that last video, we no longer give out our personal cards to customers. I don't even know why he had did that. When he did, I'm like, say what now? Anyway, the Car Washer channel, aka Josh. You guys check out his channel.
Yes,
he can educate you about car washing.
I was watching one of his videos, and it was very entertaining and educational.
Yeah, for sure. My Subaru.
Like, wow, did not know that. I thought the opposite.
My Subaru has 220,943,000 miles. It's still going well. I'm doing another one on Tuesday. Oh, okay. So what's going to be your live dates?
Yes, and the time.
Yeah, let me know so I can try to get on there and be like, hey, Josh. Bobby Blankenship says, hey, y'all.
Hey, what's happening, Bobby?
Preacher Man says, hey, guys, with my Equinox 2013 has 135,000 miles. I bought it from Gill's Auto Sales in Columbus, Georgia. Is it good to change the transmission fluid, and is there a filter on it? Yeah, so we just answered something like that.
Yes, it'd be the same goes for you. I wouldn't too much be worried about that transmission fluid on that Equinox. I'd be worried about that timing chain. That timing chain is known to be problematic at 100,000 miles, and you 30,000 miles overdue.
Right.
I will get that valve cover snatched off immediately and inspect that timing chain, make sure the guides are in place and not breaking, cracked, or missing. Definitely do that. Worry about that transmission later. Don't even touch the fluid or at high miles, and if you don't have no history on it, just my opinion, just leave it alone, play it safe.
Yeah, especially if you just bought it.
Yeah, you don't have no history on it. If it's shifting, just let it ride. What else about that car? That's it.
Just that timing chain.
Yeah, that timing chain is scary.
Out of the SUVs with GM, I would say that the Equinox is one of the better ones.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Just the timing chain. Just get that squared away and you're good.
Jay says today was in the 50s in Chicago. Okay, that's pretty
chilly,
decent for y'all. No. Chicago, that's pretty decent. Be Humble says, what is up, family?
What's happening? Good to see you.
Habila, I be hoping I say your name right, too. Please correct me if I'm wrong. It says, wet, raining in Texas. Man. I haven't been to Texas since I was a kid. I got to go back. Joy says, hey, Alex, I'm having a code for EGR 2001 Ford Taurus with the 3.0 overhead valve. What do you think I should start with? What's the code?
I'm trying to think. Do those have the pressure feedback sensor on those EGR? I know Ford used that a lot back in the day for the older Fords. Off the EGR valve, it'll have like a pressure sensor, and it have two rubber hoses coming in from the exhaust into this sensor, and that normally be the issue for those older Fords. Yes, the valve can fail too, but if it does have that pressure feedback sensor, I start there because it's a lot easier to replace versus removing rusted. Um, the nuts sometimes gets really rusted, and it's hard to get those EGR valves off. So if you do tackle a job yourself, just make sure you spray some penetrating oil overnight and let it sit, and hopefully it'll crack loose pretty easy for you.
All right. AG says best Lexus ES year to purchase in your opinion. Probably pre 2015 due to the budget. Haha, thank you.
Uh, Lexus, I don't.
All
Best
of them
one.
good to me. I ain't never heard nothing bad about no year, really.
Yeah, I don't. I don't really follow Toyota like that.
Because we don't have to till
No.
now.
Yeah, to now
Oh my
the
God.
latest Toyotas were
Yeah.
messing up. Their V6s, I don't think they're having problems with their four cylinders.
Yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with a Lexus. Like, I've
Yeah,
never met anybody that complained about their Lexus.
me neither.
Although they're saying that now the Lexus demographic is 40 and 50 plus women,
What?
age wise.
Interesting.
But everybody I know who drive them Lexus, that's that age group right there.
No problems.
And good on you for knowing that, hey, your budget. Because a lot of people say, well, what's the best car to buy for?
Whatever your budget can buy.
Right. Well, no, they'll say for $5,000. And then we'll say Honda, Toyota, or whatever. Then they're surprised when they're getting
An older Gen.
right. Yeah. So budget does play a part in it. And do buy your car around this season right here. Don't
Yes,
wait until
best
tax
season.
time for sure. Josh says it was a warm in PA, 51 today. My car wash was
That's
busy
warm.
today. Yeah, for them, I expected you northern states to be under snow right now.
I know, right?
Too cold for me. Ryan says, hey guys, I have the 2013 Jetta with the 2.0 engine.
Okay.
I drank the coolant, changed the coolant reservoir, water inlet housing, and filled the coolant. Now car starts and bogs, then dies after 10 seconds. Any idea?
That is weird. All you did is mess with the coolant. Uh, I would check all the electrical connectors. Maybe hook a scanner up to it and see if you have any pending codes. Maybe something got unplugged or bumped. Yeah, because that's strange. It shouldn't do that just because it's you changed the coolant. Yeah, I'll say invest in a scanner and just pull the codes and see if it has any codes.
All right. And recheck the area that you was
Yeah.
working in too.
Definitely check all the connectors.
Bobby Blankenship says, Alex, if you was a transformer, what car will you be? My boyfriend wanted to ask, but he's out right now.
Let's see. Let's
Okay.
see. Oh man, that's a good one. That is a good one. What car would I be?
Dang.
Man, I guess I'll be a C8. I want to be fast and nimble. Corvette C8
I
or
know.
Ferrari.
I know you didn't ask me, but I'm gonna
Ferrari.
give my answer. A Cadillac Escalade.
Oh my gosh.
Listen now.
Escalade.
I'm gonna be the Vito.
Okay, that's different.
Feel me? See me skating down the street, and all of a sudden, pow, 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 here.
And if it was, and if that's car. Now, truck wise, I'll have to be a semi truck. I love semi trucks.
And Optimus Prime,
A
that's what
semi truck.
I stopped watching Transformers after like the second or third. I'm like, okay, y'all getting out of hand now. What's going? It's too stressful. Okay. But that was a cool question. Thank you
Yes.
and your boyfriend for asking. Be Humble says, Alex, there is only one humble guy as I was born with the name.
That's funny.
Hey man, we can't argue with that, can we? Learning with One says, no fluid trans has been performed properly. I know how to do it. One owner just don't know if it's a good call on the Chrysler. Definitely leave it.
Yeah.
Leave
Better
it.
safe
Especially
than
because it's a
sorry.
Chrysler. Because, it's Chrysler. Don't give it ammunition to break down. Ken's 1234. Thank you for the super
I
chat.
appreciate that, kid.
99 Chevy pickup, 5.3 V8. Runs rough on cold start. Runs fine after warming up.
Ooh, that's a funny one. Runs rough on cold starts. It should be having some codes. You either got fuel fueling issues, mm, I'll say, of course, this is just a guess. It's not nothing set in stone here because I'm not there with the vehicle. Um, I say something dealing with the fueling issues. I know back in the day, those fuel pumps has been known to do funny stuff um, for those trucks back in the day. Oxygen sensors can be affected by heat, temperature, and that's the only thing that comes to mind. Uh, those trucks are really bulletproof for the most part, and not much goes wrong with them. Uh, I see that problem a lot, and it will cause funny and funky things to happen to it. Yeah, I'll say that oxygen sensors or something dealing with the fueling of the truck, fuel filter, fuel pump, on down that line.
All right. Josh from the
Thank
Car
you,
Wash
Josh.
channel. Thank you.
Appreciate it, buddy.
He says to answer your question, I will be live Tuesday at 8:15 p.m. And
Okay.
again, thank you for being my biggest supporter and all.
Yeah,
and thank
for
you
sure,
again
buddy.
for being so kind. I wanted to ask you, did you get
Your stuff.
Yeah, because it said it was supposed to be delivered the 6th or the 7th.
Josh, I want a video request. I don't know if you saw my comment, but I want a tour of the car wash, man. I wanted to see the holding tanks that you was talking about, and I'm a visual person. I would love to see that and the mechanics of the car wash.
That'll be cool.
Yes, that'll be a cool.
But
video.
do let me know, and I'm gonna check it too. But it said the 6th or the 7th you should have been getting your hoodie and your mug, and I threw in a sticker too. All right, Wicked Gaming says, is it possible for a mechanic to tell you if your car can make it to another state?
No. It's possible for a mechanic to tell you the health of the vehicle, meaning everything looks good, all the hoses are good. Vehicles are unpredictable. The reason I say it's it's not impossible. The best way a mechanic can know the state of the engine health, the only way is, well, not the only way, several different ways. It can completely tear your engine apart. And of course, that'd be a big waste of money. You're going to tear a completely running engine apart just to check the bearings and making sure there's no scored up metal. And the same goes with your transmission. Just completely tear it apart to do a health analysis. Of course, he can listen to it, but that don't mean that it's quiet. You can have a failure point in the engine that's brewing up, and once you get on the road, kaboom. The best way is to have an oil analysis done. You get an oil sample, you send it off to a lab, and they will analyze the oil for you. They will let you know if you have excessive amounts of metal in your oil and things like that.
Babe, yeah. What are you talking about?
That question.
I don't think this was one of them questions that was like, I think a mechanic can tell you if it'll make it or not. What you talking about oil samples? I had kind of zoned out.
Most of the time, if someone is not going to make it, their engine's going to go out or something. You get an oil analysis to get 100% of the engine health.
Yeah, but okay, if a customer come in and they say, I'm going to Florida tomorrow, you think I can make it?
I'll say you should by looking at over your car.
So what you saying is we can't guarantee.
I can't guarantee that.
Oh, okay.
Anything can happen. Transmission can go. Engine can start knocking midway there. Car can start burning oil. Anything can happen.
Can my car make it to Florida?
Your car?
Yes.
Yeah, after I give it an oil change and brake fluid and stuff.
And I'm still waiting on that, y'all. I don't know. I tried everything.
Your car, we need to talk about the Chevy Express. Yes, the Chevy Express will make it.
Listen here. Before I go read this next question, I know y'all see Alex look like he got a black eye. I just want you to know
I burnt my face.
I didn't punch him. Because I'm looking at you on the screen. Look, babe, you looking beat up out here.
Yeah, I know. It's my eyes.
You know what, though?
It's swollen.
That's what he get.
My eyelashes are gone.
Look at my baby, y'all. He ain't got no eyebrow. My baby eyebrow is gone. That one. He ain't got no eyelashes. His eyelashes used to be long and pretty.
Everything got seared off.
He had no business doing what he was doing.
It don't have nothing to do with a car, neither.
And I don't want to say that's what you get. But first of all, thank you, Lord. Nothing else bad happened.
Yeah.
But I was just looking at you on the screen. I'm like, dang, your eye look messed up.
I had to take that flame in the face because I was on a ladder, so I couldn't really dodge it.
Normally,
I'm pretty good at dodging flames.
Should have never been messing with it.
Around, I couldn't get out the way in time.
You know what? Should have never been messing with it. But anyway, I didn't hit the man. It somewhere boom on the apple. Oh, he ain't gonna have the end of this. Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. All about the process. Yes, it is. It says, hello, I'm from North Carolina. I have a 2014 Charger with a 3.6 Pentastar. Got a rear main seal leak. Trying some bars rear main seal stop leak. You think it may work?
Those cars,
they rarely have
rear main seal leaks. I will check that oil cooler if I was you. A lot of people misdiagnose 3.6 Pentastars for rear main seal leaks because the oil cooler will start leaking and fill up the valley. And where the valley hole is right in the bell housing, the transmission bell housing. So it will drain into the bell housing and make it look like the rear main seal is leaking. Look in your valley. If the valley is full of oil, start there. Get the valley fixed, meaning change their oil cooler to aluminum one, and then clean up everything and then retest. What you looking up?
I'm looking up
click that.
Well, I tell you about doing my job. I got this. All right. He says, no, I haven't gotten it yet. What day did you say? I'm looking it up now.
Thank you, Josh.
While I'm looking it up, Josh, I'm going to have somebody come and say, damn. Exactly. Yes.
Damn what?
Probably because you burnt your eyelashes and your eyebrow off. Doing crazy stuff. And I'm like, look, you can't be out here doing Dukes of Hazzard type stuff. Okay? Dang.
Look, my eyes already been tripping this season with allergies and stuff. I just made it worse.
Alonzo said, hey, from Alabama.
Good old Alabama. What is happening?
Hey, Alonzo, you know what? I want to thank you. I look at names a lot, and I see his name a lot. And he ain't never talking crazy. He a supporter, and we appreciate you. Thank you so much, Alonzo, for always coming and supporting. DJ Swift 070. Hey, Alex, love your channel. I have a 01 E38 strong engine. Can I get more power out of it?
You can get power out of any engine. It just depends on how much you want to spend, and are you willing to sacrifice some reliability in doing so? That's the question. Performance comes with a price sometimes. Oh man, excuse me. Performance comes with a price sometimes, especially if you get people that don't know what they're doing when adding mods to the car. You can get it tuned wrong and tear up your engine. You can get performance parts and put those on there and not do them right and tear up your engine. So in order to do it right, it's going to cost you a pretty penny. But I would start off with a computer tune. That is the kind of the cheapest way to get real horsepower, especially if you add like bolt-ons with an intake or an exhaust. Now the intake and exhaust will not work if you don't tune it. A lot of people just throw aftermarket parts on their car, intake and exhaust. Yeah, it sounds good, but in the process, you giving the car more air, and a car engine is just nothing but a big air pump. Pulls air in, compresses it, and pushes it out. The faster they can do that, the more you open up stuff, get more performance. But not if you don't tell the computer you did that to it. If you go ahead and do that without telling the computer, then you'll start losing power. That's how that works.
All righty. All right, Josh, back at you to answer your question. I got the tracking pulled up, so you know how UPS do. I just wanted to show you on the screen. It says it's on the way, and the new date is come on and focused. Why am I squinting? And I got on glasses. Anyway, Monday, December 9th by 9 p.m. I also messaged you the tracking number too, so you can check it out. Okay, please let me know
We got you.
if you got it. I want to make sure you got it before the
It's
holidays.
unbroken. That's the
Right,
key
that part.
thing. Man.
Joey Parton says, "Y'all are fair. Y'all are great. Thank
Thank
you.
man.
We try." Patrick Thompson says, "I'm in the process of restoring my 2003 2500 HD."
That's a very good truck to restore. What I would do to grab more power out of that, it should be the 6.0. I forgot the engine code, LQ4 maybe. Um, I would get me some 799 heads and put on there and then boost compression, because the LQ4s, let's just say 6.0, I may be saying it wrong, have low compression for that year, and it just makes it a slouch. Normally 6.0s are pretty snappy and pretty quick, but for some odd reason they went low compression. Um, so yeah, boost compression and it'll feel so much better. Or if you really want to go crazy, put a truck Norris cam on top of that and get a tune. Man, that truck will wake up and you'll be like, oh my gosh, what was I missing out on before? What was I doing before?
Did you say Truck Norris?
Yeah, truck Norris.
Oh cam. Wow. Never heard of that. I know Chuck Norris.
Yes, it's made after him. It kicks butt.
Oh really?
It's like, man, that cam competing with like stage 3 and 4 cams is like good all around, especially down low. Man, that truck can be fun to drive. And it'll pull just about anything. Right now, you put something behind it that's very heavy, the engine will kind of struggle a little bit.
You just woke up my childhood. Walker, Texas Ranger. Chuck Norris used to be on there. I would say this, Patrick. Go ahead and do that. Alex may have said this or not, but it's better than buying this new crap out here.
I don't know what restoring you mean, but I guess to go with the looks, let's put some performance aspects.
Keep that old truck, honey. TS says, "Do not do that process." Oh, this is his response to the gentleman that asked should he put the stop leak in there.
Oh yeah, I forgot to respond to that. Yeah, I don't trust stop leak, especially.
I thought you did.
No, I don't think I said anything. I don't think I addressed the stop leak, but yeah, I'm agree with him. Read the thing.
But you said double check
the oil cooler.
Yeah. He says if that stop leak doesn't work, it will swell your seal and most likely leak horribly. Occasionally I've heard it work for people, but I wouldn't do it to my 3.6. He goes on to say, tried stop leak on my rear main seal. That was a very small leak. Had to scrap it after using Lucas rear main seal. Stop leak.
I don't like any mechanic in the bottle, but Lucas transmission stuff. That stuff I just never had problems with. But bars, head gasket, rear main seal stuff, I just never seen it really work.
Yeah, I would go recheck it. Somebody told my mom she needed a rear main seal on her 3.6, and her oil cooler was just bad, and it leaks from top to bottom. I'm sure Alex said that.
Got to get those top leaks figured out before you start looking into bottom leaks.
Right. Kiari Moore, I hope I said that right. He says, "Hey, from Shreveport, Louisiana, as a Kia tech, I love your content."
Thank you, man. I hope you don't find some of my stuff offensive.
No, actually, we'd love to have you on,
yes,
but I don't know.
Love to have you.
But listen, I don't think he can say too much without losing his job. You know, them Kia dealership people be watching.
Tripping.
For sure.
Put a mask on you. Do your voice change?
Yeah, we'll put the blurry thing on and make your voice real deep. Zeke Strauss said hi.
Hey, what's happening? Zeke.
187 on your ass.
I like that. Oh, man.
Man, you know what, man? God doggone it. Hey, Alex.
Bloody days.
And I got to read them, man. You know what I'm saying? But I get it, you know. He says, "Hey, Alex, wait a minute. Let me get myself to go. Hey, Alex, I accidentally put 7 quarts in my 3.6 Pentastar engine. How much in trouble am I in?"
What's the capacity? I think it's 6 quarts.
Let me see. I'm gonna look up the capacity
on your average Pentastar engine. if I'm not mistaken. A quart of oil extra shouldn't do much damage or any. I've seen a lot worse. The problem with overfilling, let's break this down. Why is it bad overfilling your engine oil? Well, if it gets above where it's supposed to be, it will aerate. The oil will start getting bubbles in it. And when that happens, you send air through your engine, and air, it, it won't get in between the metal and protect it. It's stuff start going metal to metal, because that's what oil does. It provides a thin layer of oil, so the metal parts won't touch each other. And if that thin layer is not there, yeah, parts have a potential to touch each other, and you'll get engine wear excessively.
What's the remedy? Just drain out a quart?
Yeah, I would do that. It's just so easy to do. Pull the dipstick, pull, let some drain out in a clean container just in case you have to add some back. It's better safe than sorry, I say. But a quart overfill, I've never seen it do any damage. Normally, you start getting into problems when you start 3 quarts, 2 quarts, and probably up.
All right. Well, to answer your question,
6 quarts?
No, it depends. Some Pentastar's capacity is 5 quarts, some 6, depending on the year. So, just drain it out.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah, for sure. Always better. But love the name.
Yeah.
It made me laugh because it sounded like something one of my brothers would say. They crazy like that. Miles Muchroom says, do you work on diesel semi trucks?
I can. The problem with that, I don't have the space. So I can only do like medium duty trucks. I run into a problem with my space. If you watch my videos, my parking lot can get very hectic at times, and it's just no space for semi trucks.
For sure. TS in the comments, he told yes, you overfilled by 0.9 quarts. So 6. It just depends. If you're not comfortable, just drain it out. Thank you, TS, for helping out. Because I know it takes us a minute to get down to some people. A Jamal 1 Jones says, I'm late to this, but meant to ask, what would be a better choice of used car warranty company to choose?
LKQ is S&W provider. I know LKQ, man. They warranty stuff.
Babe, what are you talking about?
Car
he
warranty.
Didn't say parts.
Oh, okay.
See that because
I got you right.
You burnt off your eyelashes. Now you're tripping. We don't like CarShield.
No.
I've had good experience with Endurance, but then we can only speak from a shop's perspective. The problems that we have with CarShield is, yes, they will approve claims. However, they try to
use cheap parts.
Yes. We had a saga where they were sending alternators from Amazon. And it's like,
what are you doing?
You can't, you know what I'm saying? It's like they're like the cheapest customer out there. Mm-hmm. They don't understand the value and quality of the parts.
Yeah, they don't care if it goes out a month down the road. Yeah. They're just trying to nickel and dime every aspect of the business. And if it goes out again, they want to hit you with, well, we're not warranting it anymore.
Correct. And for that reason, right there, earlier this year, we stopped taking CarShield. But
they keep screwing people by, we have to knowing good as well, y'all not gonna authorize the work, but yet y'all want me to tear it down. Mm-hmm. And they love to say this. Yeah, if you tear it down, then it's a good chance that you may have to be stuck with the teardown fee if we don't approve it. Mm-hmm. And customers between a rock and a hard place, I'm like, dang, well, let me authorize the tear down. And I tear that stuff down, and CarShield denied. And now I'm stuck. Hey, looking at the customer, hey, I need to get paid for tearing this down. And I just start collecting too many cars. I was like, this has to stop. I'm not a car. I don't want to keep taking people cars, because people will just leave their cars up there, abandon them. what I'm supposed to do. I don't feel like going through all that process stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes the car's not even worth it keeping.
Mhm.
Like, it's just so annoying.
So no car shield. I like endurance. I also like protect my car. I think that's what it's called. Um, we tell them what it is. They approve it.
Mhm.
That's that. Like we,
The,
you know.
I'll say the best thing to do.
I
Um,
hope you ain't about to say what I'm thinking about to say.
Well, if you got the credit, I say go out and get a credit card specifically for car repair.
Oh,
Then if you don't have a, what you thought I was about to say?
save money. You can save your own money. That's crazy in the economy that we live in.
I know, but you can try. That's why I said the credit card first, or get the average car claim stuff a month. Let's say $100. You set that $100 inside, and like you paying a car warranty thing,
It
and
ain't
set it
gonna
aside.
cover nothing.
I know, but it's just better to have something than nothing.
We always
Or
disagree on this topic.
or lease a car. Yeah.
In the economy that we live in, I mean, parts alone. I mean, it's tough. It's just
Yeah.
tough, But to answer your question, I like endurance and I like protect my car. I have customers that use them. We submit the invoice for the claim. They go ahead and say what they're going to approve, and we get paid. Customer pays whatever difference there is.
It's funny because CarShield want us back bad. They
No.
try to reach out to us.
No,
like,
but
try to
CarShield will go
negotiate.
line upon line. Oh, well, it's 2 hours for this. We'll give you 1.8.
No, this is
And
not a swap meet,
for
man.
this part, we're gonna go this part. I'm like, what? How you gonna? No, And so with that, it's like, look, y'all nickel and dime too much. And I know CarShield people be watching because y'all be emailing us. Y'all gotta stop that. Y'all gotta stop that because I'm here to do a business. It came to a point of why am I nickel and diming with you? I don't need you. The customer do. Now either you want to pay for this lady car to get fixed or you don't. Either way,
I had to start telling my online people. I'm like, I'm doing my customers a favor by accepting CarShield.
Yeah.
I don't want to take CarShield. They're a hassle to deal with.
Yeah, they are. Anyway,
Yeah.
hopefully that answered your question. I know we just kind of went on
a rant,
but endurance.
We feel very strongly about that subject.
Protect my car, endurance. Even though Ice-T and Vivica Fox had said get CarShield. I don't trust. I ain't trust Ice-T since Nino Brown. You know what's the movie? New Jack City.
Okay.
Anywho, Wicked Rot F30 says my father's 2001 F-150 started having a no start issue. The anti-theft light flashes. I thought the module messed up. I saw online that it could be a bad ground/power connection. What y'all think?
I'm not very strong when it comes to security diags. I just never really got into it. I'm starting to now because I have the tool. I just never invested in the tool that I need to actually get into it. The thing with me, I have the knowledge, but if I don't have the tools, I never really attempt to do it or get into it. I would say dealing with that particular problem, it may be in the ECU. The anti-theft system, it consists of the key, the little chip in the key, the transponder, the reader that's inside the ignition thing, and that communicates back with the computer because you can actually turn that off in the computer. You can get inside the computer, you can actually turn it off with special software. So it could be any of those three items. You just have to run tests and see what comes up, but it's gonna kind of be difficult if you don't have the right equipment. I would suggest to have a auto locksmith come out and take a look at it. That'll be the easiest and painless way. My auto locksmith on average charge between under $200 or something like that.
He'll charge about $80 sometimes. Depends. I don't know where you are, but it depends.
Yeah, something like this, I definitely have a professional because you can get into you run into I don't have the right tools for the job very quickly.
Abila says I don't like a lot of customers because they pay my bills. I'm always fair as far as pricing. I go a little over the edge because I have a kind heart, but I still get my pay. But me being transparent, I love that.
You sound about like me.
Yeah, I love that. It's listen, everybody. Like I was telling this young lady, she's not a young lady. She's my elder, but I always call my elder ladies young ladies. Um, you know, in this business, everybody is not your customer. Just like every YouTube viewer is not our target market. Okay. So when somebody come in here and they want to haggle, I'm like, listen, maybe you should call a mobile mechanic. They're probably going to be cheaper than us because they don't have an overhead. But it's like you come here, well, now I want it done right. Okay, so pay the man. It's simple. It's real simple. So, continue to be fair. I guess don't overcharge the customer more than that you knowingly know, you know. Um, I mean, those are things that we live by. But however, in that same breath, honey, if it's gonna take 3, 4, 5 hours, 8 hours, you definitely get in charge that for sure. But shout out to you for being a fellow honest mechanic.
Yes, sure. We need more like you in the world.
Vocabulous, hey. Another happy Sunday evening with the doctor.
Oh, thank you.
How you doing?
Good to see you.
Elite Solutions Restoration. Okay. Alex, can a bad coil pack cause my exhaust to blow out blue smoke on an 08 Chevy Malibu?
No, I've never seen that. Anything is possible, but with my 20 years of experience in the automotive industry, probably over that, professional about 20 years, I've never seen it do that. Blue smoke, white smoke. It sounds like it's some oil getting into the combustion chamber.
TS right on the money. He said blue smoke usually means burning your oil. You're burning oil.
Took it right out of my
mouth.
Go
ahead, TS. Hey.
TS be on it, boy.
Where you located? So we can start sending people over there because he knows
stuff. So yeah, you're burning oil, and coil packs and the ignition system wouldn't have anything to do with that. Even if a coil pack had failed, it wouldn't cause smoke. Perfect example. If you watch my latest video, the gentleman with the Tahoe, his truck was blowing smoke out the exhaust, bluish white, whatever. And white normally indicate a cooling issue, bluish like oil. Let's just clear that up. And I already knew. I was like, and it was skipping. Oil was getting into the combustion chamber. His compression oil, I forgot the oil rings. I forgot the name of it. Was very carboned up. So I just popped the piston out and cleaned them, and that did the trick and deglazed the cylinder. Not saying this is your issue. You may have like a valve stem seal issue or a ring, oil control ring. That's what I was trying to think of.
Okay. T1 Production, he says. Peace. All right. Leighton Tech says, hey, Alex, hanging out with a friend tonight. Just had to stop by and say hi.
Man, thank you, brother.
Hey,
I appreciate
thank you for the super chat.
Man.
And good to see you.
Yes, for sure.
How Honda treating you? They better be treating you right. Or I'm going to call up there.
Call up there, make a complaint. Now I'm going to send that OCDA dude up there. What if
I know, right? Max Steele says, I like the CEL check engine light neon sign.
Oh, thank you.
Amazon special, baby. Go and get you one. Get you one. Max Steele also asks, Alex, any tips for starting as a mobile mechanic with minimal tools?
Yes.
In a regular car?
Yes.
We definitely started in a regular car.
Started that with regular tools.
Yeah.
Definitely get yourself a good jack and jack stands. That's the most important thing you can do. Safety first, always. Start yourself a niche. Focus on that niche until you can build your tools up. If you have minimum tools, you're only really capable of doing certain things. For example, oil change, brakes, alternators, little quick, simple maintenance things. If you can nail down your niche of things you feel comfortable with doing and have the right tools for, you can make a killing. You may just want to build your business around that, and that's perfectly fine. Or if you have a good scanner and you like doing this, like I do, I like really using my mind and putting it to the test. because that's what really diagnostics are all about. You can plenty of companies out here to this day that all they do is come out and diagnose stuff and deal with wire diagrams, and all they have on them is a scan tool, a printer, and the software they need for the diagrams and stuff. And they charge an arm and a leg to come out and just diagnose your problem, and they figure it out. They hand it to the mechanic and they leave. They don't work on nothing. The farthest they'll go is probing wires and doing wire stuff and tracing down wire problems. That's it. So you get yourself a niche.
Yeah, you don't have to be everything to everybody.
Mm-mm.
I'll even go clarify it even further. If I had basic tools with a regular car, I would just do brakes. I do brakes and suspension.
I wouldn't even deal with oil. Go
Yep.
to an oil shop because
Yep.
that can be messy.
Maintenance
Certain
stuff only. Tune-ups, brakes.
belts.
Yeah. Don't fix broken cars as a mobile
Mhm.
mechanic if you don't have the equipment. So what that means is, oh, well, my engine locked up and all that. Brakes, maintenance stuff. Call yourself just tune-ups or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's what I would do. And we definitely started in a Nissan 240SX.
The smallest trunk known to man, it seems like.
Yeah, for sure.
That trunk was awful.
You can do it. Been there, done that. So you just got to niche it down, like he said. Best of luck to you, Max.
For sure.
Salvador Gonzalez. He says, I'm burping my cooling system right now. I need help.
I made a video. It's one of my older videos at the very bottom of how to burp your cooling system. That is a very good video and helped thousands of people, as you know, like yourself. I would definitely check that out because this may not be the car you're working on, but the way I explained it, it will work for any car that you're working on.
For sure. All right. Donald E says, I just want to give a shout out to Car Doc and Wifey.
Thank you, man. Thank
Hi.
you.
Hi, Mr.
I appreciate that, Donald.
Yeah, we do. Thank you so much. All right. It's Dowdy says, hey, family.
Hey, what is happening?
Hey, Auntie.
Good to see y'all.
Listen.
Through here.
I know. I love my auntie. One of the special women in my life. Love you. I'm going to tell you this. This particular, we've had a lot of people say, well, you know what, you guys are great and stuff, and we appreciate it, but we've had people
to mold us over the years.
Correct.
And this is one of them.
I remember we had just got married. We were like 19, and my auntie was like, "Come on, y'all need to go to this financial class." Mm-hmm. And at first, I'm like,
wouldn't never forget that. Like,
what financial class? I don't want to, but to this day, and we 36, we still follow those same principles that we learned in financial class. She
used to invite us over our house. We used to play the little weed thing. Sorry, it was just
a baby. Yeah. So we've definitely had people that help shape us to who we are, and
this is definitely one of them.
Pray for our marriage and give us advice and stuff like that. So shout out to you, Auntie. Ham Radio 365 says, hey, Alex, I have a caliper guide pen stripped. Repair shop did it. Any idea to get it out? I have tried vice grips.
Yeah, vice grips sometimes won't do the trick. The guide pen it seized. Okay, so is it the bolt, the guide pen bolt, or is it? Yeah, it's most likely the guide pen bolt. If it was at my shop, I would definitely they have little strip things that you can hammer on there and they bite into the bolt. You can try that. If it's an extreme situation where that's not working, I've always had great luck sacrificing a socket, put it over there and weld it onto the bolt head, and it comes right off. First of all, when you're welding onto a bolt head, it provides heat to the bolt. Not only providing heat, you're getting a very good leverage point by, whatever socket is a socket. So you just click it in there, pop it loose with your ratchet. I would have to see it to give better advice. Every stripped out situation is going to be different. And I have lots of experience in that area, but I have to see it.
All right, TS chimed in. He says ham radio bolt extractor set of sockets.
Yep, that's what I was talking about. The little
Yep.
bolt extractor
Amen.
set.
Hey, TS, go on to drop your info,
Man,
man.
yeah, TS is on it, man.
Where you
Shit,
at?
he gonna be the new Alex the car doctor up in here.
TS the surgeon.
Yeah, TS the surgeon. I love it.
No, I love it when other mechanics
This
or
man
technicians
is amazing.
they get in here in the chat and they help out.
Mm-hmm.
And that just proves that, hey, you know, a lot of people say, oh, it's no good mechanics. They're out there. They're just probably not online.
Just like TS. Do he have a channel? You need to get you one, man.
For sure.
I need to send some people your way in your area. Please drop your location. Because we know people all over the world now.
Omar Hudson says, if my Kia is burning oil, can I reduce the amount of oil changes and just add oil when needed?
Yeah. You basically need an engine. Let's get that out the way first of all. If it's burning oil, and at this point, all you would need to do is change your filter, because if it's burning it, you just keep topping it off. It's forever going to be fresh, but the filter needs to be changed out, of course. Depending on what Kia it is, what year, you may be covered under their warranty that they will replace your engine. But just make sure it's oil in it. And of course, you know, it's going to be fouling out spark plugs, damaging other components like your catalytic converter. So it just don't stop at burning oil. It's actually doing other damage around the engine. So it's just going to make things worse and more pricey over the years if you don't get that fixed.
All right. Austin, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, Austin Salway says, hope all is well. God bless you guys. Thank you. Says, how long until you guys open your new shop?
We're trying and praying hard and making different changes in our lifestyle to, you know, really buckle down and do better, because we're taking
sacrificing, no serious. Eating out. No trips.
Yep, no trips.
After this one.
After this one. So we really about to, you know, grind our teeth and break bad habits and make changes to get the shop.
Preferably in the coming year by the end of the summer. That's the goal. He says, won't you miss the excitement of getting cars hit in the parking lot? Listen, I thought about this. It's funny you said it. I said, you know, we so gung-ho on moving. I'm going to miss Mo.
Yeah, we are going to miss
Mo. Oh, man. I thought about that.
It's so funny. He just say the craziest stuff. I'm like, Mo, where you come up with this stuff at, man?
I'm going to miss Mo the most.
His brother is the exact opposite. His brother's so calm, cool, collect, and stand on business. Just the most chillest person you can see. Yeah. Mo on the other hand, you're like, what's up with this guy?
Shout out to Tony. We love you too, Tony. Yeah. But Mo, I'm gonna miss Mo. I you know, I don't know. I thought about that the other day, and I was like, dang, wait a minute. If we move, I want to miss Mo and Vince, and like, you know, one thing about us, no matter where we go, we always establish some sort of community, you know, and it's like, you know, the neighbor across the way, the local police, like we
even
know
the Russians
them.
On the hill, we know them.
Yeah, you know, we see them about in the community. We know them. Like we got a call from Clayton Auto the other day, which is another shop behind us. They've been there 40 years. Mm-hmm. He's like, hey, y'all still looking for a shop? Go look at this one, you know. And so it's
beautiful
like
shop
community, you know. And I'm gonna miss everybody. We're gonna miss Mo the most though, for sure. We're gonna have to think of some ways we can go visit him and when we get time. But I think they working on moving too.
Are they?
Yeah, Tony said he wanted a bigger space. All right, cool. All right, hi John.
Hi John.
I ain't seen you in a minute.
Good to see you,
he
brother.
Said, what's the best scan tool under 1,000? I'm looking for programming capabilities.
Programming capabilities. I know Alltel may have something for you. That would be good. I heard X2 was pretty good. Top Done there, Underdog scan tool that's been very impressed with. I first heard about Top Done years ago, but I took them as a joke then. It just says Alltel. You know, when Alltel was a young company, people took them as a joke. But as time go on, I'm trying out different Top Done products, and I'm impressed. Needless to say, what you looking up?
So top does for drugs. Oh, excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry to be over here yawning. I am a little sleepy.
So you just have to look through. Here's one.
Here's one for 1,100.
Ooh, that one look like it comes with a Let me see.
You want to go for the Top Done because you can get Autel for
Autel. They know their worth, so you're gonna pay premium. Versus, go back. Let me see if that's a Is that a OE level full diagnostic scanner?
We're looking at the Top Done Phoenix Plus 2 mechanic program.
It looked like it can. You have to do your research on it, of course.
Top Done or Autel, though. Watching him go from his...
Yeah, I'm biased, though.
He goes from the expensive Snap-on to the Autel because the Snap-on can't do what the... This is a $300 Autel.
Yeah, this ain't even the good one.
Can do stuff that Snap-on can't do. So we're biased. We're gonna say Autel, but don't underestimate the Top Done.
And X-Tool is very good, I heard too.
All right.
So there's some good ones out there, but of course I'm gonna say Autel because I'm a big Autel guy. And of course, they know their worth now, and they're gonna charge you premium for good scan tools now. Versus, if you look at Top Done, they're still building their worth.
Come on.
And they're going to give it to you at a very good price point that it would do mostly anything and beyond that Autel can do in that price point. That's what I'm trying to say.
For sure. But it's good to see you. Hi, John. I know you be busy working on cars. We don't get to see you in the chat as much, so good to see you doing okay.
For sure, man.
Happy holidays. Wicked Rot F30 says, I have a CDLA and want to buy an older Volvo semi like a 2007 and older.
I don't know about semi trucks per se, but I know there's some engines that people prefer over other semi engines. I don't think it's really about the semi truck per se. I think it's about the engine. I know people don't really like, is it Navistar? I would try to find an engine with like a Cummins or something. They've been known to be robust and bulletproof in the semi industry. Cummins and something else. I can't think of it right now.
Yeah. When did you work on semi trucks? When you worked for UPS?
UPS, yeah.
Cool. You did everything at UPS.
Yeah, I did.
All right. Marcus Nance says, hi, how you doing?
Hey, what's happening, Marcus?
I have a 2017 Dodge Journey. I've replaced the front brakes and the rear brake pads, and I still hear a squeaking noise when I hit the brakes. Could this be the rotors? I have 147,000 miles.
Yes. Normally when you do brakes, if you did, it sounds like you did a pad slap. That's not always the best thing to do, because you pad slap a vehicle that has glazed rotors, like a glazy finish. The new pads won't seat well on those rotors and cause squeaky noises, because now it's going to give the pad a glaze finish, and it's just going to be like glass rubbing up against each other. It's going to make noise. The best thing to do is, if you don't have the budget to do your rotors, and if the rotors are not shaking or warped when you hit the brakes at 60, 70 miles an hour, the steering wheel go to shaking, you know you have warped rotors. And at that point, they need to be cut or replaced. But to deglaze your rotors, you can hit them with, they sell a thing for it. I can't think of it right now. I'm off my game.
That's because you burnt your eyebrow.
That does not have nothing to do with it.
Oh, I'm going to use that just be prepared. I'm sitting here looking at this man with short eyebrows.
You can deglaze metal with certain techniques. Very easy.
Give me a surprise look.
No.
You ain't got no. I'm going to leave you alone. I love you so much.
I love you too.
But you ain't had no business messing with that flame, I'm telling you. All right, Ken's
trying to light a heater, man.
No codes yet. Just started doing it on the 99 truck from earlier.
Oh.
Run rough for 30 seconds. Could it be the intake leak or heat seals?
No, if it had a intake leak, if it has an intake leak, it'll definitely throw a system to lean code. The truck is most likely having a fueling problem. And sometimes it will not throw a code for oxygen sensors too. So I still stay firm on my original answer because they can hide codes. I've seen it do it many times on those two problems.
All right. Wicked says, I have code enforcement on my case. Ooh, been there, done that.
Oh, that's horrible.
Forcing me to get rid of my vehicles or repair them in a short time window. I'm pulling my hair already balding out over this. I already have George Jefferson hair. Got that Sherman Hemsley haircut, huh?
Oh, man.
Yeah,
look,
we used to
we
do
been
that.
done that. Look,
Yeah.
that's why we gotta. I know at my house I couldn't do nothing, man.
Mm-mm. The lady, so we live here, right? Or like picture this is our street, right? But on the street diagonal across at the end of the street, we used to have this lady called code enforcement all the time.
I'm probably making her mad now with a big 30-foot camper in my yard.
Yeah, she used to mess with everybody. Oh, your bushes is hanging over. I was like, this lady ain't got nothing else better to do.
Go find yourself a man and leave me alone.
Right. Okay. But no, I mean, I been there, done that. You got to get that. They going to code enforcement. They don't let up sometimes.
No, they don't.
I remember the last time she called code enforcement. High jokes was on her. She called because I had a Baxter. You can buy those at Home Depot.
Yeah, this is funny.
And we put it at the edge of the property because we were cleaning out the backyard and stuff. Y'all know my husband is a hoarder. And I was like, this stuff got to go. Like I'm throwing stuff away. And it took some time for me to do it because I can only do it on the weekends or whatever. She called code enforcement and it's like, they said you have a green tarp with trash. I said, no, this is a Baxter that I bought from Home Depot. So the guy was like, well, ain't nothing I can do about that. You have a good day. Thank you. And tell the lady that called you. She can come help if she want to.
That's funny.
So I ain't had no more problems out of her, man. I ain't had no more problems out of her at all. All right. I got to pick up this super chat right here. Oh, who else other than Bill Gates?
We miss you, brother.
He says, Alex, solid rear axle or independent rear suspension, and why?
Okay, so dealing with that, I'm gonna answer this from a race standpoint. With a solid axle, drag racing is mostly used for drag racing. The wheels on a solid axle, they stay planted going down a straight line. And you get more traction, more gripping power, less wheel hop dealing with a solid axle. Let's look at a solid axle from an off-roading standpoint. You get more suspension flex. You know, that's why Jeep Wrangler still use solid axles to this day versus independent rear suspension. Now, the pros with independent rear suspension, you get a smoother ride. Oh my gosh, the ride is wonderful over a solid axle vehicle. On a race standpoint, it's better for circuit driving because when the car makes a turn, and with the solid axle, the weight will leave the outer side wheel. If you're going into a turn, let's say you make a left turn, on the right side, the wheel will kind of want to lift off the ground and you'll kind of lose traction versus an independent rear suspension. That independentness will stay planted to the ground. So you have better maneuverability and cornering. So it's just depending on what you're going to be doing with the vehicle. You have off-roading with the independent suspension, you won't have much suspension travel. And it's kind of a downside when you're off-roading. So this is what I always tell people when they're wanting a vehicle. People ask me, what is the best SUV to buy? Toyota RAV4. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, I'm pulling a 30-foot camper. Well, yeah, now you can't get that. So it just depends on what you're going to be doing with the vehicle. That matters. So that's just my opinion on that.
Pure Mayhem FTW is chiming in for Ken's one,
That made me
2,
think
3,
of that
4.
commercial. I'm pure mayhem. If you don't have right coverage, you can be.
Oh, what's the insurance? Is it? It's
I don't
not
know.
Progressive.
I
It's
don't know.
is it Allstate?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
Allstate.
But that's
Allstate
what
commercial.
actor is that? I can't think of
I
it.
don't know,
But
but he's all bruised up and beat
I
up all
love
the
those
time.
commercials.
Yeah, he be having me rolling.
I've seen bad head gaskets cause this running rough. Leaks coolant in the cylinder overnight while it sits.
Ooh, I forgot all about
Start it up
that.
and it runs rough till the coolant burns off, then it smooths
Man,
out.
yes.
Shout out to Pure Mayhem
Yes.
on that one.
Like I said, I'm off my P's and Q's tonight, y'all.
That's all right. They got you.
Yeah,
TS
man,
Pure
that's
Mayhem.
what I'm talking about, man. Yes, that's definitely could be an issue with that 99 5.3 head gasket issues, and so if you're losing coolant and you don't know where it's going, that's where it's going, in the combustion chamber. I actually diagnosed the vehicle on camera. Did we film that or no? Remember, we had it was out in front of my shop. I was like, before I crank it up, I think it was on a Jeep or something. I wanted to, because when she first cranked it up in the morning, it stumbles and act weird, and I think it was losing coolant. And I was like, yeah, I know exactly what to do. Shined the camera down in the combustion chamber for proof, and sure enough, it was a puddle of small amount of coolant, and I got it on camera, and I don't know what she did with the vehicle after that, a warranty or I don't know, but I got rid of it. But yep, got to do it.
All right, shout out to Ken's. I hope you read and heard that from Pure Mayhem. Thank you. Bryce Cooley says, I have a 2001 GMC Sierra with only 120,000 miles
that thing
on
ain't
it.
even broke in yet. Sheesh.
The engine runs great. My concern is rust. I live in Michigan, and rust is destroying the frame. I'm afraid it's gonna break in half.
That's the worst part when you stay up in them up north states, man. It's not the car. If the car fails, it's
rust eating
alive. It's funny because we be on the auction, and what grabs our attention at first is the mileage. You're like, oh man, this car got 60,000 miles on it. We'll take a look at it and it'll be like, it's cheap. We'll take a look at it. Man, that thing be so ate up.
It say New York. I be like, nah, I'm good on that. Anything north? No, sir. He goes on to say, new trucks today cost more than a house, and I'm not going to buy a new one. You're right. They cost more than a house, and they got lifter and transmission issues at the same time.
What I would do if I was you, I will get a truck from the south with no rust that same year, mainly with a major mechanical problem, and put your heart into that particular truck and just change out the interior. And then for preventive maintenance on that new body and frame, go to a company, I'm pretty sure they have them in your area, and spray the undercarriage with some type of rust proofing goo.
All right. Jay Moore says, hey y'all, I'm new to the channel and appreciate all your work.
Family, brother.
For an aspiring mechanic, are there any schools or programs you'd recommend?
Now, schools and programs, that is very an area specific thing. But yes, there are.
You ain't got to pay UTI if that's what you're asking.
No, you don't. You can follow. You can follow people like me and other people. On the what's some other people?
Okay. South Main for sure.
Diagnostic. What's the diagnostic dude?
Scanner Danner.
Yeah, he's really good.
He got courses. Listen, you're blessed to live in a time where education and knowledge is virtually free. You know, back in our day, he did go to Atlanta Tech till they found out he wasn't supposed to be there. You know, but a technical school, yeah. But these days, to get your automotive degree, they make you do courses that are irrelevant or you're not interested in. So, other people are putting out independent courses. Like I heard Scanner Danner has a good electrical course, and now you got people like South Main. There's another guy that's somewhere, I can't think of his name, but he does deep dive. Is it Pine Hollow Diagnostics? Watch people like Alex, Raymond Ray. These are all people that get my stamp of approval. Like they're out here really doing a thing. So you're blessed to live in a time where this education and knowledge is right here on YouTube University.
I don't know if the industry have changed, but my younger years of growing up in the automotive industry, I always try to throw up the fact that, hey, I went to college for this. Hey, give me more opportunity to prove myself.
They don't care.
That didn't matter.
Yep.
They saw me that I was young and didn't want to give me a chance and just stuck me here. And knowing what I knew at the time, I'm like, this is stupid. I will just quit. Well, mainly I quit because they are doing shady stuff and I didn't want to be a part of it. But I just quit and worked my way up. School didn't matter for me back in the day. I know some industries require school. You have to have it. But in this particular industry, schooling is not a requirement for some odd reason.
I would recommend something. It ain't school, but Vince, my guy who want us to buy his shop, told me to get into he got a degree in something else. To get into automotive, he just went to pull apart and start taking stuff apart. That's a good thing to do. So
just get a job in the industry. If you not familiar with working on cars and you need to get more practice, try to go to work for your local junkyard and be like, hey, I know how to pull parts. Pulling parts should be easy.
Right. Take it off.
Yeah, just take it off. You can destroy stuff and, of course, try doing it without destroying stuff. But that's where practice come in at. When you first start doing it, you're going to be destroying sensors and wire harnesses. But after a while, you can boom, 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 no problem. And you be like, oh, man, I got real good at taking stuff off. I can put this stuff back together. Let me go work for a real auto shop and just work your way up in the industry.
For sure. Yeah.
Start low. If you need to start in the parts industry, start there. Get a good understanding of parts. The sky's the limit, brother.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, you got YouTube University. You'll be fine. Box of chocolate says Toyota 1997 RAV4 has real bad fuel economy, 15 miles per gallon.
That's ugly.
Replaced all spark plugs plus wires, distributor fuel cap, and rubber hoses.
Still got bad fuel economy. I would be looking into the oxygen sensor. The oxygen sensor has direct effect on fuel economy. If it has a mass airflow sensor, I will also clean that. That would have direct effect on fuel economy. Also, extra weight in your car. If you're carrying around your home gym in your RAV4, of course, that's going to be problematic on your fuel economy. If your tires are not properly inflated, direct effect on fuel economy. Goes with air filter. So just check some of that stuff. You also may have a stopped up catalytic converter. The engine is not breathing properly and really struggling to push air out that can increase fuel economy.
You mean
decrease?
I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Those bodies got start stopping up their cats on purpose.
Just to get
Alice, the car doctor said.
I'm sorry, man.
Tony Yayo.
One of them days for me.
Says, would you recommend a Nissan Versa or a Honda Fit? I ain't even got to finish reading that.
Man. The Versa's now to the Versa defense.
07 to 12.
All right, some of the Versas come with automatic transmissions. And if you can find one with the automatic transmission, then that will be the one to go for. But the Versa with the CVT, oh man, run far away and just don't even look at it. So do your research, see which one came with the automatic. Those will go the distance. Like our customer, what's her name? She have that dark purplish colored Versa.
I know you're talking about. She look real, real young.
Yeah, she do, but she like 80 years old. I'm like, lady,
she ain't that old. She like in her late 60s, early 70s.
Oh no. But how are you looking 40 years old right about now?
No,
it's weird.
Well, last time I seen her, she was telling me about a bunch of herbs I could buy at the 700.
She an herbalist, and she tried this little Versa that upward of 200,000 miles. Mm-hmm. That car take her everywhere, and it has an automatic. I think it's like an 08.
Oh, that's why it ain't got no CVT.
Yeah, it don't have a CVT. Okay. The Honda Fit is going to be priced up there. because Honda know they're the stuff and they hold their value. You can get a Honda, the Nissan Versa for pennies because Nissan done tainted their name with their transmissions, and unfortunately now they're going under because they keep producing crap and people don't caught on. Yeah. So.
All right.
But a lot of people don't know about that automatic in the Versa.
Mm-hmm.
So you may be able to still get one for a steal of a deal, and it'd be a reliable car.
Wicked Rot says, F30 says, I bought my 2005 Suburban Z71 4x4
Nice.
online for just $2,300.
That was a steal.
It has
C71?
issues, but I daily drive it.
Wow.
Man, you can get on them,
yeah,
though.
them issues ain't nothing. It's most likely the 5.3. And those OLSs, man, they will just keep going and going and going. It's worth fixing that.
All right, Miss D says, hi, Alex. I'm looking at a 2010 Mazda CX-9. Is it a good car to buy?
Yes. Mazda is one of those underrated vehicles that no one ever talks about, but yet they're reliable and they're on point. I never see Mazdas in my shop, surprisingly. I've seen a handful of Mazdas for major problems, and this was for engines on like 2 occasions. And could you blame the engine, though? I don't think so. They had to be dealing with maintenance because it's not a occurring thing. It's just like a rare, very far in between thing. You can destroy an engine on any car. Let's just get that out the way. But normally when I see Mazdas, they just in for regular maintenance, nothing major, no problems to really report that keep reoccurring.
All right. Goodbye.
Yeah, it has my big stamp of approval.
Tony Yayo says, is this a weekly live stream? Yes, it is. Every Sunday at 7 o'clock. You know, we do miss some Sundays because the kids and stuff, but we do try to commit to coming out here and spending an hour and a half with you guys, answering as many questions as we can. So let's go to Miss Joanne. I have a 2012 Toyota Avalon. My reservoir bottle keeps being empty. Is that probably her? Is it a coolant reservoir?
You need to, well, hopefully not having any head gasket issues. But you make sure it's not leaking. You may have a leak. You may have a defective radiator cap. Things like that will play a part. You're going to need to get that diagnosed because a lot can go into why your coolant reservoir bottle is keep being empty. I'm pretty sure you're talking about coolant and not washer fluid, though.
Right. Cody Hernandez says Charizard attacking Alex.
That's what it felt like.
Woo, that's
just see a big fly. Woof,
you know what? It's funny.
Oh no. Oh,
meanwhile, I'm at home chilling. He gonna come home to my son. I burnt my eyelashes. And then what makes this even more funny is because Alex grew up a Pokemon fan, so he got some Pokemon cards that I've been trying to sell because they in good condition. But y'all know he'll order. But that Charizard card it's worth some money, okay? Gosh. But no, this is almost top the time that you had knocked yourself out. Remember that? Yeah. I was like, how did he do that? He opened the car door and bam. Or the time you ran yourself over.
You gotta go down the rabbit hole.
See that? That man got 9 lives. You hear me?
I think I got like maybe 3 left.
Oh man, Alice, you gotta be more careful, babe. I told you.
Look, it's always. It does not necessarily have nothing to do with me working on it. It's always, and I'm trying to do something weird. It has nothing to do with my professional.
Not at all. That's why you should call the people who handle that kind of stuff.
That's why people are like, oh, you should wear your eyeglasses. I'm like, if you really know, if you knew what I did when I didn't work on cars, you'd be like, shit, you need to be in a bubble.
I'm telling you. It's always something.
Eyeglasses are the least of my worry right now.
It's always some non-car related.
I done blinded myself one time, welded it without glasses. I'm like, oh yeah, my eyes used to it. Next day, oh, my eyes in pain.
Y'all see how yellow he is? He came home pink that day.
I gave myself a sunburn.
What did you do to yourself? So imagine my frustration when he came home with no eyebrow and no eyelashes. Crazy. What's wrong with hey man, you ain't finna leave me by myself with all these kids. Take care of yourself. Stop doing crazy stuff.
No,
anyway,
and look, the stuff that quit me right there. Just get in my way sometimes.
He's just stubborn and lazy. He don't want to do it. It's right there. Just grab it and put it on.
I'd be trying stuff. I use myself as a guinea pig sometimes.
Anyway, ain't no saying what you wiping your eye for. Ain't nothing there.
No.
Dealerships, Wicked says, dealerships refuse to work on vehicles that are 20 years old.
I thought it was 10 years old.
I believe they do this to get people to buy new vehicles.
Oh, yeah, of course. I thought it was 10 years old in certain areas.
Certain areas, it sometimes might be 20. I know in our area, we're in Atlanta. We're right outside Atlanta.
They won't do 10 years
10 years old. So if it's 2014, they ain't going to work on it.
So weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. Elijah, make sure I got that right. Says, I got a 2010 2.2 Ecotec Chevy Cobalt. When I'm driving and keeping my foot on the gas, when I let off, it tends to jerk back and forth. Could that be the throttle body? I replace spark plugs and coils.
Oh, we let off the gas, it jerks. That sounds like a trans issue to me. Throttle body wouldn't do that. I've never seen a throttle body make it jerk unless it's really flipping out, but you'll have a check engine light for sure. Yeah, that sounds like a trans issue to me. I would definitely get a proper diagnostic because it could be a safety related issue and you don't want to put yourself in danger.
I will say those cobalts are underrated.
Yes, those cobalts are wonderful.
I've seen them cobalts go like $200,000-$300,000.
That is a car worth fixing. So if you do get some bad news, you may want to hold on to that car because they're really good.
Beast Mode Life says, hey, I have a 2014 Ford Explorer EcoBoost 3.5 Sport, and code is P0016 crankshaft position sensor. Keeps coming on and off. Should I change the sensor or timing chain?
Let me see. That may be a correlation code.
Wait a minute.
If it's a correlation code, you're having timing chain issues with that engine. I think that's a common issue back in the day. And you just have to change the chain and probably a phaser issue or something.
Correlation.
Ooh, yeah.
The code is camshaft position correlation bank 1.
Yeah, this changing the sensor won't do diddly squat to fix that problem, unfortunately. You either got a stretched chain or a cam phaser that's out of spec. And it will have to be replaced. My recommendation, now this is going to be expensive, unfortunately. But my recommendation to go in and change the whole timing set along with all 4 phasers. It's going to be expensive, but that engine will go the distance once this problem is fixed. So sorry about that bad news.
All right. Donald says, hey, I just want to shout out to Car Doc and Wifey. Love the channel.
I appreciate that, Donald.
All right. Wicked said he bought that. He said he got the 07 GMC Yukon 4x4 online for $2,500. It runs good, but I'm terrified of the AFM. I don't know if it has been deleted or programmed out. It's leaking trans fluid bad and power steering fluid leaking. Is he gonna have to worry about that?
Yes, 07 is when they mainstreamed
the DOD.
The DOD. Now they actually had the DOD system in 05. A lot of people don't know that and will argue me down that I don't know what I'm talking about. And it came out in 07, but no, they had it in 05. They actually had it in the 80s. A lot of people don't even know that. So they've been doing this DOD crap for a very long time. In the 80s, it didn't last long in the Cadillac. They quickly discontinued it. It came back out around 05.
Okay. I don't know, man. Is it still? But you know
it's
what?
It's worth fixing, though.
I was gonna ask that, but I will say this: in my experience, the vehicles with the DOD and AFM back in the day,
a little bit better.
Last longer than this new crap. You got 60,000 miles, they out of there versus 200,000 miles or 160, 190.
This was still a good platform. They just started complicating the engine. Now these days, it's completely overcomplicated. You have direct injected, that's 2 fuel pumps with a high pressure side and a low pressure side, variable valve timing, DOD. It's just so much that can go wrong. And probably on top of that, quality control issues.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Worth keeping though.
Yes, that one is worth keeping.
You bought it right. You bought it right.
Mm-hmm.
Trigger Vic says 2008 Ford Crown Vic, 240,000 miles.
They keep that gat on them. Trigger Vic.
On cold starts during the fall and winter, it sputters. I'm sorry, idles up to 2,000 RPM for a sec, and then it goes back down to almost stalling. But once operating temp is reached, it runs perfect.
It sounds like, I don't know. It's 08. Ford, they do some changes. I don't think that one had an idle air control valve like the older models did. You may have a throttle body issue going on with that particular vehicle. I would try cleaning it and doing a relearn on the throttle body, because over the years it can really get cruddy and gum up, and it will just throw it out of spec if it gets too bad. The car will not compensate for all the crud, because it's an electronic throttle body that's on that car. It should be anyway. And as it gums up, the car computer will keep adjusting. And at this point, it's probably it can't adjust no more because it's too dirty and it's starting to give performance issues. So I would start there, take it off, clean it up real good with some carb choke cleaner, and put it back on there and try to see if you can do a relearn procedure manually and not with a scan tool. I will look that up first, because sometimes it takes a scan tool to do a throttle relearn procedure. But most of the time, you can do a throttle relearn procedure without a scan tool. The process will go similar, something like this. Crank the vehicle up and let it idle there for 30 minutes without touching the throttle or something weird, or drive it, or they'll give you instructions on how to do it. So that'll be my first go-to advice if it hasn't thrown a check engine light. And if it has a check engine light, of course you want to get those codes figured out first and see if they have anything to do with it.
All right, the Car Wash channel, Josh, he says, okay, that's tomorrow. Oh, yeah, that is tomorrow. Awesome. I will wear it on live if I get it tomorrow. Nice. Yes, I hope that you do get it tomorrow. Mm-hmm. You're going to look so nice in it.
Yes, I can't wait to see, man.
Almighty Fitness says, you and wifey are a beautiful couple.
Thank you.
You guys look so good together. See, we got that ebony and ivory thing working.
I call it
kind of medium ivory?
I call it cookies and cream.
I like that.
That's my ice cream right now. I mean, I can eat a whole thing of cookies and cream.
You know what? First of all, thank you for your compliment. Yes. Second of all, I was telling him we are 36 years old. We can't be eating ice cream late at night like that no more now, because the spring chicken years, they gone. Okay, we can't do that. Okay.
I don't know. I think I can still pull it off.
He think he invincible, and I'm like, look,
I still got more lives left, man. I'm good.
Listen, okay, we've been together since we was 18 years old. It's like, yeah, we used to do that. Wake up in the morning, eat a Snicker, go out, mobile mechanic, and come back, eat some Taco Bell, eat ice cream. I said, look here, honey, we gotta stop. You know what I'm saying? And
I'm going strong.
Cookies and cream is the only ice cream. I'm like, they make other flavors. You do know that. Anyway.
The Great Divide.
Thank you. We are Bluebell eaters only, okay?
Yeah, I love myself some Bluebell.
Thank you for your compliment, Almighty Fitness. Martinez says, what are your thoughts on the 2015 Chevy Silverado 2500 with the 6.0 gasser?
I think that is the reliable one. Chevy did something very weird. In their fleet type vehicles, they didn't put DOD, and they still use the good old reliable 6.0. Yeah, I think that's the good one. That particular engine that can still be found in the express fans. That's the one you want, because if you look at it, the fleet vehicles and the express vans never really experience this crap. It's always on the passenger vehicles, or the Yukons, the Tahoes, the the 1500 Silverados. Um, they experienced all these issues with the DOD crap and the transmission. Now, you still may run into transmissions with a problem with that particular year because the transmission around that year was horrible. So I've read and kind of researched on. So, but the engine is very good. It will pull. It's just a workhorse. Now, if you throw something heavy behind it, will it struggle? Yes, but it just depends on how heavy you're towing. But for the everyday working man, that's a solid truck. And with the HD model, they may have put a better transmission behind that 6.0, or you just have to do your research with the transmission. But I say that's a pretty solid truck.
All right, I like Bryce's opinion about new cars today. He says new cars today have too many computers, gimmicks, and unnecessary electronics. Mechanics need to become a NASA engineer to figure out the problem. Shaking my head.
That is true, man. It's ridiculous out
Wicked
here.
says, I know. I looked under the hood of the new Power Stroke. Crazy, you know. You have to remove the cab just to replace the engine. Or how about them Wagoneers? You got to remove everything just for a radiator hose.
Yeah, it's
crazy
stupid.
Work. Crazy.
Or better
work.
yet, they got some of these newer GM diesels, the Duramax the inline six, oil pump ran off of a belt. Well, who thinks of this stuff?
With all that being said, you know, Consumer Reports is coming out with their annual car thing, come out every December or January. We love that issue because it's like it tells you all the crap and all the ones that's pretty decent, and never go by the current year because they ain't had time to test it yet. See, so just go a couple of years back and it'll tell you. And I know last year around this time, Jeeps was the worst of the worst.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Sure was worst of the worst. So, once we get that in the mail, we'll do some content around that to share with you guys if y'all don't feel like buying the magazine. Trading with EJ says, thanks, Alex, the car doctor. Thank you for all you do. I'm a mobile mechanic going through it with people not paying or finding a lot of customers. How did you overcome this?
Finding the customers, that was my wife part. Paying, I had something to do with that. I rarely had issues with people, but the issues I did have is really nothing that you can do. You can't hold their vehicle. Yeah, you can take them to court and win, but they still won't pay sometimes. I won in court one time and still nothing. What you can do, you can get half up front, half the money up front, or heck, the whole thing. The problem with that is relationship and trust. You're a mobile mechanic, and with this industry that's so tainted, no one has faith in mechanics these days. And you like, oh yeah, give me all the money up front, and they may come at you with, I know the job gonna be done right, or I know you ain't gonna run off. You know, it's many mechanic horror stories of mobile mechanics that ran off. Or not saying this is you, of course, but that information is out here, and it tainted the customer mind where they're not gonna trust giving you half or the whole thing. So it's a battle being a mobile mechanic sometimes. And you just have to really build up your reputation, as I did. And this is another reason I started a shop, because customer don't pay. You're not getting your vehicle back.
Right.
I block it in.
So no. You can overcome it, EJ, by first of all, there's something that we didn't do that I see other mobile mechanics doing today. That's a great idea. In order to even hold their spot, they need to give you a $25 deposit or something on your calendar. You want a spot on my calendar? Because a lot of people take up your spots and waste time, and then the day of, I already got somebody else come out and do it. Hey, I need a non-refundable deposit. People who serious don't mind putting that money up. If $25 is an issue for them, they're not your customer.
Yeah, definitely.
And that could be just a fuel fee for coming out or whatever. I know one mobile mechanic, he work off of referrals only. Like if you call him from the internet, He does referrals only
Wow.
because his logic behind it is if a person referred you, then they must be solid or
Mhm.
something like that. So,
Another thing you can do to protect yourself, which we're probably going to get to, sweetie, contracts. Before you touch a car, get them to sign. I hereby, put some fine print in there. If you don't pay, da 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 da, whatever the case may be.
oh no, just a signed invoice. Like you should definitely have a shop monkey. Listen, if you want to be out here doing real business, you got to get some real business about yourself. You got to spend money to make money. Now, when you're in business, you can't be afraid to invest in software.
Mm-hmm.
Shop Monkey, and I'm not advertising for them. Auto Leap and them. You know, we had a real time labor guide back then, but that's gonna give you labor and it's gonna give you access to invoices where you can have them sign. That way, if they don't pay you, take their butts to court,
Mm-hmm.
put a lien on their car.
Yep.
You know, stuff like that.
Mechanic liens are real.
Now, as far as finding a lot of customers, do you have a TikTok? Do you have an Instagram? Post. You know, you don't have to get on here and do it the way we do it, but Google. If you set up a Google profile, people don't know that's like a social media thing. You could post pictures, you could post words, you could post updates. I do that a lot as well. Not so much as I do for his Instagram and TikTok, but if I was starting from scratch as a mobile mechanic, I would definitely be posting. I used to post just pictures of the job.
And it worked, man. Just
Yeah.
by them pictures alone,
Just
people
him,
was choosing my stuff.
old starter and new starter side by side, or before we even started filming and talking and doing Q&As, it was just him. I have him take a picture of the old rotor and the new rotor, text it to me while I'm at home with the kids, and I'd be at home posting. So just seeing is believing. So just post.
And if you want to get a feel for what that looks like, just Google Alex the Car Doctor and look through my images.
On
all
Google.
All that old stuff is still up there. And you can kind of use it as a template because back in the day, that worked. Is unbelievable. Because I'm not going to give my analogy, but my wife have a problem with that.
Please don't.
Sometimes seeing is believing out here. Some major part in everybody's way of looking at stuff.
It's so good that people get away with imposter syndrome. People be posting stuff and you be thinking one thing about them and it's not even true. So with the same thing, you can use it for real. Just make sure you post, make sure you're very upfront. Don't come off like no sucker. Mean business. The moment you step out that car, okay, this is what it's gonna cost. I need a deposit now. See what I'm saying? So this is what it's gonna cost.
Yeah.
You want me to proceed? Okay, I need half.
Demand the floor.
Command the room. Absolutely. And that's something that I do with the employees as well as the customers. And I'm still kind and I still provide great customer service. A lot of you on here has met me in person. I love everybody. But at the end of the day, I'm here to do a business. Like it takes $30K a month to run that shop. I don't have time to be playing with nobody. You know, if you come in here and say, well, such and such do it out the street, you better take off running to get there before they change their mind, baby, because I ain't,
But then they'll turn around like, but I want it done right.
Okay.
Like, what are we talking about here?
So mobile mechanicking, it has its ups and downs, but it's definitely lucrative. You can do it. Just get your affairs in order and you'll overcome it. But you're gonna come across people like that. That's just the world we live in, honestly. Hopefully that helps you. Because we used to do that, man. We started off mobile mechanicking for many, many years. So that used to be our jam. Easy Ram and Papacito says, why do smell oil and gas from vents when the air conditioner or heater is on?
First of all, you shouldn't be smelling oil/gas. You may have an exhaust leak. That's coming from your engine. You need to get your engine checked out. You can have an exhaust leak, oil leak, and it's burning on the exhaust manifold or something hot. So you definitely have a problem there. Second, to answer the question, why are you smelling it through your vents when the heat is on? Because you have this mode called a recirculation mode. You can turn it on, and if you're smelling something weird from the outside, let's say you're traveling down the freeway and it's a landfill right here next to you. Well, you need to hit that recirculation. It's going to be a car with like a little U. You hit that and the outside air won't be drug inside and you won't smell any weird smells. Now, if that is off, it's going to drag air from the vent area, the cowl area, right near your windshield wipers. Then the engine is right in front of that. So if the engine is emitting any kind of burning or exhaust leak, it's going to go right into the cabin of the car, and you're going to smell that along with any carcasses on the road or anything on the outside the car. You're going to smell it. It's going to come inside. So yeah, if you're smelling that all the time, get your car checked out, please, because a lot of people don't know. I educate people about this all the time. If they have an exhaust leak near the engine, those exhaust fumes can come inside the car and make you feel very sleepy. I've talked to many customers. I'm like, are you feeling sleepy all of a sudden when you're getting your car and start driving? They're like, yeah, dang, that's bizarre. I am. I'm like, yeah, because you have an exhaust leak and exhaust fumes is getting in your car, causing you to be drowsy and carbon monoxide poison. They'd be like, oh, wow, please get that fixed right away. And it's a real thing. A lot of customers I talk to experience that because they have exhaust leaks.
Well, listen, guys. Oh, somebody says, no, he says hello. And Alex, thank you for all that you do and share.
My pleasure.
Listen, guys, with that being said, it's been an hour and 45 minutes. We've been on here with the guys, and we got to go because I need to make sure these kids are ready to go to school in the morning.
I got to get back to the rat race.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have a video released probably tomorrow or Tuesday. But want to thank everybody for coming in the chat tonight, especially TS and what is it? Mayhem. Thank y'all for so much for helping out in the comments.
I wasn't on my P's and Q's like I normally am. Y'all did great.
Oh, wait a minute. Vinny said, how about some gefilte fish? Did I post that video?
No,
I'm going to give it away on here.
I'm not looking forward to that
Vinny, video. I made Alex try gefilte fish on camera. Look for that video next week.
Horrible.
We'll definitely see y'all next week.
Surprisingly, it didn't taste bad, guys. If you ever wonder about how it tastes like dressing.
No, not my grandmama dressing.
No, but I'm just saying it tastes like a meaty dressing. It's very odd, but the look of it, I cannot get over the look. It looks alienish.
Got him.
Yeah, she set me up.
That video will be out next week.
That video is. I'm not proud of that.
Once again, guys, thank y'all so much. All right, have a great night.
Until next time, Alex Car Doctor out. See y'all on the next live.
All right.